In the darkest parts of Bikini Bottom lies a hidden truth about the Krabby Patty secret formula. Today I'll be going over a theory that may or may not ruin your childhood depending on if you choose to believe it or not. It'll definitely change your perspective on the show, and I should warn that it's pretty terrifying. With that being said, let's get on to the theory. The Krabby Patty secret formula has never been found out on the show. It's one of those mysteries that will stay hidden for an extremely long time, and nobody but Mr. Krabs and Spongebob are actually aware of it. To start off, you all know that Pearl is Mr. Krabs' daughter. She's a whale, which is definitely something to question when her dad is a crab. Throughout the course of the show, no mother is mentioned, and it is unexplained how exactly Pearl is Mr. Krabs' daughter. What if Mr. Krabs, in his very early years, came across the carcass of Pearl's mother? He also found a young Pearl and took her in as his own child, possibly with destructive motives. One thing very important to mention is that a whale's death is important for the environment. When a whale dies, their carcass can actually fuel the entire ecosystem for a long period of time. The term for this is a whale fall, and it creates complex localized ecosystems that supply sustenance to deep sea organisms for decades. Now here's where Mr. Krabs and the secret formula come into play. If Mr. Krabs came across a dead body of Pearl's mother, it would be extremely convenient to use the whale meat as food. It provides for all the water animals, which explains them all loving the Krabby Patty in the show. Basically, Mr. Krabs uses this whale meat to lure customers into the Krusty Krab so he can make the most amount of profits possible. But this isn't all. The whale meat won't last forever. Perhaps when he got Pearl as a daughter, it was basically a plan for the future when her mom's meat stops supplying. So when that time comes in the far future, Mr. Krabs will slaughter her, and so the whale meat can be in the Krabby Patty for the remaining years of his life.
And now you, the humble employee off the street, the all-too-necessary human resource that keeps this business afloat, will learn the sacred and dark secrets of how to prepare, with your very own hands.
You probably remember the episode Plankton's Army. It involved Plankton using his army to get the Krabby Patty secret recipe, and they worked together to finally retrieve it. But at the very end of the episode, Plankton saw the formula and he was one of the ingredients in it. Although Mr. Krabs said this wasn't the real secret formula, whales eat plankton in the real world. This would make it so that plankton isn't the direct secret formula, but his species is in the whale's bodies, so technically he's a part of it. Finally, I should mention that in the ecosystem, crabs are scavengers. They eat other organisms in the wild, and it can be from animals who die of natural causes. It would make sense with the context of Mr. Krabs and him finding the dead body of Pearl's mom. You may think this theory is extremely dark and isn't true, but keep in mind how dark old Spongebob was. There was an entire episode where Mr. Krabs and Spongebob tried to bury a health inspector who seemed like he died.
Something ain't quite right.
What do you mean, Mr. Krabs?
His head's sticking out!
Sorry, Mr. Krabs. I thought he might need some air.
They don't need air where he's going.
And there are tons of hidden dark messages, especially in the cartoons that came out in the 90s and early 2000s. You can choose whether you want to believe this or not, but either way it's pretty messed up. Anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos. Be sure to give a thumbs up and comment below to let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.